Okay, and hello, because, this is totally Monday, right? Yeah. Yeah, hopefully. Um, anyway, so I watched Halloween, the first original one. Uh, now, I'm gonna explain it, guys. So, okay, if this hoe would stop texting me. Okay. So, it starts in 1963. It's a 6-year-old Michael Myers watching his sister and her boyfriend, fool around. Then he takes her upstairs, and then he leaves, and then, Michael just walking with a knife, normal old Michael. And, he puts on a clown mask, this is on Halloween night, and stabs her and kills her. Then he goes outside, and I guess people that know him, like not his family, but I don't know. And he's just sitting on the curb, and they take off his mask, like, Michael? And middle, and then now it's 1978, October 30th. And and Michael is now in a maximum security, not prison, but like psych ward, like for mental patients. And anyway, and it shows Dr. Loomis, who has been his like psychiatrist slash doctor for like 15 years, and then some other nurse lady. And they're driving. They're going to go pick him up and send him to somewhere else, I guess. And anyway, they drive up there, and one of them says, "When did they start letting the patients just roam around the yard?" And all the patients were out. And then Dr. Loomis, he gets out of the car. He's trying to figure out what's going on. And Michael hops onto the car, and then like takes pulls out the nurse and gets in the car and drives away. And he's, obviously driving to Haddonfield, which is the place where Laurie that is the person he's been going after. Well, he's gonna start going after. And her dad is a like real estate salesman, and so he says, "Hey, Laurie, can you drop this off at the old Myers place? Someone's gonna look at it." And and then Laurie's walking this little boy who she babysits a lot and is gonna babysit to that night on the 31st. He talks to her, and she's like, he says, "Hey, why are you going this way?" And she's like, "Oh, well, because I have to go drop off the key at the Myers house." And he's like, "Don't you mean the Boogeyman's house?" And yeah, she puts it in the door and scares him. And Michael's actually inside the house, so that was a close call for her. Anyway, uh, and then it skips to that kids are they're kind of bullying the kid we saw before with Laurie, um, and then one of them runs off and bumps into Michael Myers, but you don't see the mask or anything. You just see him, and then he grabs him, but just lets him go. Anyway, and then Dr. Loomis is just like what he's driving back, and then he stops at a payphone to try to contact the sheriff of Haddonfield to warn him. But and then he finds an abandoned car, and he's like, "Oh no!" And anyway, so he drives as fast as he can to Haddonfield. And then it's Laurie and her two friends. They're just walking, and they see this guy in the car, and he's just driving past. And what one of the girls, not Laurie, but one of them says something like "speed kills." He stops, but then eventually just keeps on going. And then and then when it's just Laurie and one of her other friends, just one of them, they're walking, and Laurie sees Michael like from like out behind out like beside a bush, and then looks away, looks back, and then he's gone, and she's like, I think there's someone like staring at me or something, and then the other girl goes in there, or like behind the bush, and is like, oh, he says he wants to go out with you, and anyway, yeah, that was just a little funny. Anyway, and then it cuts to Dr. Loomis talking to the sheriff, but the sheriff's a little busy because somebody broke into this store and stole some knives and a mask. So I wonder who that was. I don't know. Dr. Loomis and the police go inside the Myers house, and there's a dead dog that is still like warm, so it's fresh. So I wonder who did that. Anyway, and then skips the night, and Laurie's babysitting that kid we saw before. Anyway, and the kid like looks out the window. He sees Michael, and he's like, "I think there's a boogeyman outside." And she looks, of course he's not there. But one of her friends that we saw earlier is like diagonal from her across the street, and she's also babysitting someone, but and then she wants to go to her boyfriend, or she wants to go pick up her boyfriend and bring him back there. So she gave the kid she was babysitting to Laurie because the two kids knew each other from school or something. Anyway, and then she goes back to the house and changes, but Michael's there and just kills her. And then the eeriest thing, man, like it's a shot from like the point of view of someone was looking out the window from the place that Laurie's at to the other house, and it's just Michael carrying her dead body back into the house, and it is the eeriest thing. It is, Jesus. So Laurie's other friend and her boyfriend are about to bang, and they banged, and she tells him, "Hey, go get us some beers." He goes, but Michael's there, stabs him, and pins him into the wall, which actually could happen unless the knife was like anyway, physics. It's a horror movie. Who cares? But anyway, and then Michael puts on a sheet, act like a ghost, and put on the guy's glasses, and she's like, "Oh, haha, where's my beer?" Blah. And then he kills her. Anyway, and the hell's that? Fucking. Anyway, I'm sorry if you guys can hear that. But anyway, so and then it's Laurie and the two kids, and then Laurie goes to the house to go check on her friend because no one answered, and she goes in. She sees a dead body. She backs up, sees another dead body, and then sees then she goes in the bedroom, sees a tombstone of Michael's dead mother on the bedpost with another dead body. So she's running, and Michael is right there and like stabs her arm, but it just slides off. She's running. She's knocking on like the kid she's babysitting door, and she's like, "Tommy, wake up, Tommy!" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll be there in a minute," and goes in. She tells the kids to hide, and anyway, and then Michael's in, and she stabs him in the neck with a like a needle, like a sewing needle. Anyway, he's down for now. Anyway, then she finds the kids, but of course Michael's back up, and then the infamous she's in the closet trying to hide him. Michael breaks through and tries to get her. She gets out of that, and then he gets hit. He gets hit with something, and he's laid out. He's laid out, and Laurie's like just right outside the door, just like, oh, it's all over. But then he sits up like a beast, and she's like, no. And he chases her some more, but Dr. Loomis is there to save the day. Shoots him once. He like goes into the other room. Shoots him twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. He finally falls off like the balcony and lands on his back on the ground from like a 2-story house. And then Laurie is like, Dr. Loomis, or well, she didn't say Dr. Loomis because she doesn't know him, but she was like, is that the boogeyman? And he's like, yes, I believe it was. And then they look out, he's gone, and then it's like, or the Halloween music. Screw, you guys can look it up. I'll edit it in. No, I won't. That's too hard. But anyway, and then so later I will upload Halloween Deuces. And anyway, thanks for watching. You should always subscribe to me, because throughout the week I'm just gonna keep adding on to this collection. So goodbye, good night, and don't get stabbed, please.